Well, the NAACP is issuing a dire warning for African-American males. The civil rights organization says 1 in 3 black men born today can expect to spend time in prison during his lifetime. One man from Connecticut is trying to change that trend with a national program designed to uplift, empower, and motivate young men of color. Brandon Frame, founder of the Black Man Can Institute, joins us this morning to tell us about his movement. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
That statistic is staggering when you hear it.
Absolutely.
What inspired you to start this?
That statistic kind of is one of the reasons why I was actually a student at Morehouse College while I was in Atlanta, and while working with the young men down there, when I brought them to Morehouse, some of the things that they experienced in terms of being around so many positive black men inspired me to know that young men need to see positive images of themselves, and black men need to have their stories told. And so I wanted to create a platform that showed positive men in that light.
Tell me a little bit about the workshops that you guys do.
Yeah, so we have these institutes. We travel all over the country, and at the different institutes we have guys. We built up a volunteer network of over 200 guys across the country who take time out of their day to come and work with young men in different communities. So we have workshops from Respect the Swag by Michael Mallory to Passion of Profits by Chike Uzoka, Passion, Hunger, Drive, Malik Champlain, political engagement, and the list goes on, all these different topics that are extremely important for young men and information they need to know.
I was struck also by the curriculum. It includes how to be well-written and well-dressed.
Absolutely. When I look at, as an educator myself, I go into schools all the time and I see the reading levels of young men, and we also know that you know, they take 3rd grade and 4th grade test scores and forecast how many prison beds they may need. And so we want to do at the Institute is make sure that we allow for students to build those skills to complement what they're learning in the classroom. What
is the problem, do you think? Why do so many young black men end up in prison? What is it?
I think it's a multitude of issues. I think when you throw in poverty is a huge issue. You throw in media as well, commercial hip hop. All these different factors contribute to what we see today.
Family as well, I would imagine.
Yes.
So how can people get involved, and how can, if a mom is watching right now, how can she get her son involved?
So we want to go to all different communities. We have an institute coming up next week with Urban Assembly, and the majority of this one is just for Urban Assembly students, which is the first time we're doing that, but the majority of our institutes, any city we go to, are wide open. You just go to theblackmancan.org and click on the Black Man Can Institute, and there you'll see all the different cities that we're going to and how to get your young men there. And then if you wanted to come to your child's school, we're able to do that. If you wanted to come to your community, we can do that. We're mobile. We go all over. There's no place that we can't go. There's no place that we don't want to go. We want to work with young men all over. Another
workshop that you guys are offering is in regards to dealing with police. Is that new, or have you always done that?
We've always done that. It happens at just about 90% of the institutes we've had police there. Usually an officer from that local police department to come and share with the young men about their rights and how to interact with law enforcement. I mean, we've seen over the last few years, you know, very large, serious issues that have taken place, and I think that we don't always educate our young men on how to interact with the police, or what we like to say, the black man can, to pacify the power.
What do you hope that this institute and your work, what is your goal for it? What do you hope that young men take away from this?
Aside from, you know, learning how to tie a tie, which a lot of young boys actually don't, most of them who come don't know, they're learning all these different topics, but then they're also meeting these men from all over the country who have been very successful, and then they're giving this knowledge back to them, and thus the young men can go out into the world knowing more information on very important topics in society, and then they'll also in turn be very successful.
Yeah, just lastly, if somebody is watching right now and they're like, man, you know, I don't have a good role model in my life, what's your message to them, and what words of wisdom do you want to impart on them?
What we say at the Black Man Can is to always be different, be great, and never stop. That's the motto, and to always seize the knowledge. Those are 2 things that we want to impart upon the young men, so that they really understand that there's sky's the limit, and anything's possible.
Thank you so much for joining us, Brandon. We appreciate it, and thank you for the work that you do. And again, that next workshop in our area is on Friday, June 5th. And for more information about other upcoming workshops, you can head to our website, cbsnewyork.com. We'll be right back. This is CBS 2 News Sunday Morning.